Well, what's up, everybody at Revolve Church? This is our Wednesday night service. I'm actually on my back deck recording this a couple hours before our message tonight. And tonight, I just want to talk to you about a very simple principle. I've been talking to you about this already, about producing the fruits of the Spirit. So we know in the book of Galatians that we are called to bear the fruits of the Spirit. We also know that's a choice. We have a choice to make as followers of Jesus. We've either buried our old life that we can bear the fruits of the Spirit in this new life, or we haven't. And that's a choice we have to make. But I wanted to talk to you about some principles that might help with your frustration if you've ever tried to bear these fruits of the Spirit, or you felt like you tried but you couldn't tell if they were working or not working. All right. So first of all, the fruits of the Spirit, they're found in the book of Galatians. It's very simple: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. We are called to produce those. Now, I taught you a week or so ago that you can't produce what you haven't planted. All right. Now, there's never been an apple produced where an apple tree wasn't planted or an apple seed wasn't planted. It just doesn't work that way. And sometimes we try to produce love where love has not been planted. All right? Now, I want to talk to you also in Matthew 13. You can find the parable of the soils, or the parable of the sower. And I want to just give you some phases along producing these spiritual fruits that we're called to have. All right. The first step is to prepare. All right. If you don't prepare the soil where the seed's going to be planted, then you're wasting your time. You got to get the wrong things out of the soil and get the right things in the soil and prepare it that you can plant it, right? So you prepare the soil first. And spiritually speaking, that starts with you. You got to prepare your heart. If you're going to be planting love in an atmosphere where there is no love, you got to prepare the hearts of the other people that you're going to plant love in. That's what you have to do. Gentleness. If you're going to plant gentleness where it's rough and everything but gentle, you got to prepare that atmosphere. Then you plant the seed, all right? Now, after you plant the seed, this is a part that we see happen all through churches, is they come in and they plant, and they wonder, where's the produce? Where's the production? Where's the harvest? Well, there's a lot of reasons you don't see the harvest right away. I would say the third thing you've got to do is protect what you've planted, right? You got to protect it. In a farming sense, you would put a scarecrow up. My neighbors, they put fences up so deer can't get in, wildlife can't get in and eat, especially in the infant stages. Just a couple of nights ago, it was going to get super cold, so people covered their crops to protect them early. Here's why. You got to protect it so it can produce what you were going for in the first place. And then sometimes in the protection phase, there's this pruning where you peel off or break away what's not good for the plant. All right? And then you get to produce the fruit of the Spirit. Now, I think a lot of times we go into environments and we plant, we never prepare, we plant and we wonder where the produce is. And we don't see it. And we wonder what happened. Well, I challenge you to really think about these principles. Now, as you think about planting love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, or self-control, I want you to know something. That sometimes you need to plant it in an atmosphere, but sometimes you need to let it be planted in your heart first. In other words, you can't go plant what you don't have. So you got to let God plant that in your own life first before you can go and plant it some other place. That's so important. Another principle I want to help you with is no farmer, there's not a farmer on this planet that would go into a strawberry field where strawberries have been planted and plant strawberries. Why? There's already strawberries there. I think we get frustrated because we don't see the fruits of the Spirit produced because we're planting them in environments where they already exist. Did you know God wants you to bear the fruit of love in an atmosphere where there is none? Patience in an atmosphere where there is none. Self-control in an atmosphere. You get the point by now. We don't need to plant corn in a cornfield. You wouldn't plant wheat in a wheat field. If you want wheat, you would plant wheat where there is no wheat planted. Same thing works for love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. So here's my challenge to you tonight. As you go through tonight and the rest of this week, I want you to really ask yourself this question: where do I need to plant so that I can produce and bear fruits of the Spirit? Now remember this: you can't bear the fruits of the Spirit until you bury yourself. That has to happen first. And maybe tonight you just need to rest and relax and let God plant in you love. Let God plant in you joy. Some of you might be missing your joy right now. And you need to, listen, here's why you may be frustrated. You don't see any joy around you. And you're trying to create joy or plant joy in a field where there is joy. Here's what we do. We go without joy into an atmosphere where there is joy, hoping that we can produce joy in our life. But here's the truth. If you don't have joy, that's the best atmosphere to let God plant it. And then here's what God wants you to do. Go into another atmosphere where there is no joy and plant joy. Think about it in this term. We're a divided nation. We've been divided for a long time. We're racially divided. We're politically divided. We're getting ready to be divided, I think, socially distanced. Who does 6 feet away? Who does not do 6 feet away? I think the people that are 6 feeters and they're going to stay 6 feet away no matter what, they're going to judge people that are hugging now. And people that are hugging now are going to look at people that are 6 feeters and think, you're ridiculous. You're taking this too serious. And we're going to be divided. If you want to produce unity, then you've got to plant unity, guess where? In a place that there's division. And how do we do this? We prepare the soil by simply saying to ourselves in my own heart, I'm not going to judge no matter how you socially distance, and I'm not going to be offended if you distance differently than I do. I'm going to prepare. Now I'm going to walk into the atmosphere and I'm going to plant myself and identify, hey, do you do 6 feet? Hey, do you high five? Identify, be up front. And then we're going to produce unity even though we disagree. So, tonight's message is really all about this. I want you to bear the fruits of the Spirit. That's a choice. You have to make this choice to die to yourself, bury your desires, that you can bear the fruit of the Spirit's desires. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. Choose that tonight. Choose tonight to let God plant those things in your life. He loves you. He wants you to be full of joy. He has been patient with you. He's been patient with me. He wants to plant that in our life. He is gentle with you. He is kind enough to send His Son in your place and in my place. And He wants you to have self-control. So listen, over the next couple of minutes, I want to invite you to worship with us, all right? And as we worship, I want you to let God plant in your heart what needs to be planted. Come on now, let's worship together.
You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance mother's womb, you have chosen me. Your love has called my name. I've been born again to your family. Your blood flows through my veins. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Yeah, I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. We're children of God. Yeah. We ask that you would blow the wind of your spirit. Pour out yourself, sealing us your identity, your identity, your identity. We sing, oh, oh, oh. Sing it out. Oh, you're overcoming the fear, anxiety, insecurities. Come on, one more time. Sing out. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh. We say yes to you, God. We say yes to you, God. Here we go. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. Oh, you split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears were drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. Sing, I am.